Hello and welcome to Discovering Grayslake, unveiling the stories and people that make our town so unique. I'm your host, David Woll, and I'm thrilled to bring you this new podcast that explores fascinating stories and experiences of local business owners and community leaders, right here where we call home. Grayslake Rehabilitation Center is a community-based private practice physical therapy provider. Do you know they have 13 clinical providers with various levels of specialties, including orthopedics, sports, neurology, vestibular, geriatrics, pelvic floor, and aquatic? What? Did I just say they have a pool? Well, they do, and it's the largest indoor warm water pool in Lake County, featuring 2 underwater treadmills and swim currents. And recently added clinical treatment specialties, in layman's terms, shockwave. They have both radial and focus units that are the newest tool in regenerative medicine, available to everyone. They pride themselves on the most current and up-to-date specialized care to keep you moving. If you're looking for physical therapy, make sure to see our friends at Grayslake Rehabilitation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Grayslake. Big shout out to Agora. I do most of my recordings here, so shout out to Luke and the people who are over here at Agora. If you don't know what Agora is a co-working place. It's on the corner of Center and Atkinson. Actually, it's 100 North Atkinson Road. So co-working place, you can get your business out of the home for a day, for a week, or even a lifetime home. So shout out to Agora. You guys are cool for letting me be here, so appreciate you. Today, I have Rosie Dow. Am I saying Dow?
Yep, you got it.
Awesome. And it's Tru You Beauty.
Yes.
Okay, I had no idea who you were. And you came out of nowhere. I think I was DJing at was it the ice rink?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's the first time we met.
Yep.
And I was walking over, and you were talking to all the chamber people, and I got to tell you, I felt left out because I'm like, who are you? Where did you come from?
You came straight to me. Yeah, who's this chick? I was like,
you're not. I don't know who you are. So have you been in town for a long time?
I have. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep. So I have lived in Grayslake since 2007.
Okay.
And I lived by myself at first in a townhouse, and then got married, and then we moved to our home that we're currently in with my husband.
Nice. Where were you before 2007?
Mundelein.
So you've been in the area for a long time then.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so your business, I know that we were talking because then after that I saw you at a chamber event. We have a really cool chamber, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I love the chamber.
How long have you been a member of the Grayslake Chamber?
Just a year.
Okay. It's a really good networking thing, and I've been members of other chambers, and ours is like super active right now.
Well, and I have also heard that from other chamber members from other towns that Grayslake has a great chamber, very supportive, does lots of events, and so yeah, I think it's great.
I think that one of the reasons I really like it, like Mary Beth and everybody over there, and our new president Randy Cashmore, Bubba, and Bubba's been in all of my weddings.
Oh my gosh!
All of them.
That's right.
Yes.
That's what you guys were talking about at the skating event. Yes.
So I think it's cool because we have a thing where like people aren't too businessy and everything like all of this. They're actually like really good, fun people.
Yes.
Collectively with a lot of great ideas.
Yeah.
And a lot of different personalities.
Right.
Which makes the world go round.
Oh, I love it. I mean, so the first time I volunteered at a chamber event was the golf outing. And that was a blast. And then I had to leave at a certain point to grab my kids from school and do the mom thing. But I wanted to come back so bad. So this year I told my husband to get a foursome so they can golf. And I plan to be there the entire time.
Yes. And I've never been out to that because I don't golf. But I'd be a really good kart driver.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was doing last. It was so much fun.
Oh, I bet.
You'll have to join us.
I will. There's no booze involved in that at all, is there?
None.
Okay, good. Well, then I can attend. I think it'll be fine. So a fun fact that you are opening a shop right around the corner from where we're at now, right?
Yeah, right around the corner from Agora, right next door, actually. Okay. And so I'll kind of reverse just a couple steps because I did do a name change for this space specifically. So I've been practicing aesthetics. I'm an esthetician for 5 years. I have been a makeup artist for 26 years. Wow. That's how I started the whole beauty industry. Since then, I've gotten my nutritional certification and oncology training as well.
Holy smokes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go back, and then we'll talk about, but new location, don't let me forget to talk about your new spot, because I think it's really cool. Okay, so how do you go from Is that a natural progression of beauty to, I can't even say esthetician. Esthetician.
You know, what's so funny? I had a marketing guy call me just today, just as a sales pitch, and he could not pronounce the word esthetician either. And I'm thinking, but you're a marketing guy and you're calling me to use your services. You should know what I do, at least be able to pronounce it. It is a tough word. The word is a Greek word, and it comes from the word aesthetics. And the aesthetics term is beautifying the skin. So, I mean, you can interpret that any way you want, but the progression, I went to school at DePaul University in Chicago. My plan was to do business, some kind of business management. That's what I graduated my undergrad with. But I love doing makeup. I started working for MAC Cosmetics, Lancome, when I was 18 years old. And I loved it. I loved the people I worked with. It was such great energy. So that went on the back burner. Once I got my undergrad, I got a job at a medical supply company, and I became a product manager. I was underseeing $70 million in commodity items. Smokes. I was sourcing them and promoting them to our sales reps, and for this, $15 billion business. But on the weekends, this is all prior to kids, I would do makeup for special events or for weddings or for MAC if they needed an on-call or freelancer. And that I really had this feeling that my heart was so full after doing makeup on the weekends. I didn't have that feeling when I was working this corporate job.
Really?
But I didn't think too much into it at that time. It was just, you go to school, you get a degree, you make money, you start a family. Like this was the progression.
Right. We're taking a quick break just to say hello because everybody knows Nano, and Nano knows real estate. And actually, I believe that's the name of her Instagram page. So if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or know somebody in the market for a home, contact Nano from Baird & Warner. She's a Grayslake girl helping out Grayslake people.
So once Nick and I married, and then we were expecting our first child, I made the decision to stay home and not work full time. I wanted to be the caregiver for my kids. So that was a tough choice. Because I was always such a hard worker, it was hard for me to go from that to then being home and not having something. So I continued to do the makeup on the weekends. Well, then I had an opportunity to work at a cancer hospital and help start a program with them. They wanted to start a program for their cancer patients that was the program we decided to name was Outer Beauty for Inner Peace, which is actually the program I continue to have.
Wow.
And now I have that with Northwestern Hospital and a non-for-profit also in Northbrook. But anyways, the reason I went down this path, this progression, is I had to go through these different stepping stones to get to where I'm at now. I needed to get my business undergrad to understand what that's all about. I needed to work somewhere else, corporate, whatever it was, to understand that this is truly the passion. This is what I was put on earth to do. And maybe if I didn't have those past experiences, I wouldn't be at this point that I'm at today. And so I'll be 44 this year, and I feel like, wow, this is definitely my time. This is why you haven't seen me much, because I've been in hiding. But I'm coming out from the shadows, and I am here to serve the community.
Wow. Okay, so with the cancer patients, that's has to be extremely rewarding, right?
Yes, but very difficult too. So one of the first experiences I had at the cancer center was working with a woman so my son was 18 months at the time, and she had an 18-month-old, and she was traveling in for treatments. So she was going to be gone for, I think it was 8 weeks. from her home to receive these treatments. And I just thought to myself, I don't know how I would be able to leave my child for a day, let alone 8 weeks, while this woman is going through treatments. And so it was very draining to a point, but also, yes, very rewarding. These women come in looking and feeling so depleted and low confidence, and then after one of my classes, they leave with so much more confidence, because it's information that I give them about skincare and makeup that they're not just going to use during treatments. It's lifelong information that they get.
Wow. And I'm sure of somebody like that with a child the same age, I think certain people are put in our path sometimes to make us appreciate, to help us move forward, however heartbreaking or sad it is to do something like that. But it actually betters yourself in the long run, not even by helping them, but pushing you to say, what else can I do to help people?
That's such a good point, because honestly, I would go home, and if I thought I had a bad day, I don't know, right? Like, what could it be?
Day? Right.
And then I worked with these women, and I thought, there is nothing I have to complain about. There's no reason why I should be complaining that I wasn't able to do my laundry today. I mean, just something that you really start to pick and choose what's important in life. And the perspective was there.
I was shooting a documentary movie with homeless and heroin addicts and everything. And the first day that I was on the job, I came home, and my oldest two were in this huge fight about an iPhone charger and which one was which. And I got to sit them down and talk about changing perspective of everything, and saying, hey, you guys want to watch a little footage of what people actually go through, like that are in these terrible things. So I'm sure it changes your outlook on the way you parent or how you do, and just you have a cool job because you make people feel good, right?
I love it.
Hey, neighbors, this is Bill Mock with the Grayslake Chamber of Commerce. And if you're looking for a network of hard-working, customer-focused, and generally friendly local businesses who are dedicated to helping each other succeed, then I'd like to invite you to check out and consider joining our Grayslake Chamber. We offer our members so many ways to advance their businesses through social networking events, special event sponsorships, informative lunch and learns, and the ever-popular after-hours mixers. Come see why we say we're the new wave of business here in Lake County.
All right, before we go any further, because I want to move into some other things, but you brought me a goodie bag.
I did.
And then she walks in, just to set the scene, and I had to go use the restroom before we start recording, and I come back in, there's this little goodie bag here, and there's 3 scratch-off tickets sitting in front of me with a quarter on them, and now you're laughing. But you're gonna tease me and just have them out here?
So
Explain this for me, please.
I do want you to pick one and then scratch it off. And the intent of me bringing this was kind of it's a funny joke, but also because I want your listeners to know that I will be opening. So let's go back to my business.
Yes, let's go back to your business. We can jump. I hope I didn't interrupt the train here. My train just jumps off of the tracks all the time. No. The whole intent was I'm opening March 1st. I've been practicing out of my home for 5 years, and so this will be a new space in Grayslake, right off of Center Street. And I open March 1st, and March is St. Patrick's Day, and so I will have these scratch-off tickets for people that you can have one and scratch off to see what it is that you get, either for free, a service for free, a discounted service, whatever. It could be a product that you get for free or at a discount. And so after you make your first appointment, then you will get the scratch-off ticket. So I wanted to just promote that. But with that said, would you like to see how lucky you are? I already know. Or how unlucky I am, depending on what the day is. Of course, I want to find out how lucky I am. Okay. So I
just pick one.
I got to pick one. And folks, if you ever have to choose between 3 items, you always take the one in the middle.
Okay, all right.
I always take the one in the middle because I think she's trying to hide because she knows. Do you have no idea?
It does look hidden, but I do know what's under each of them.
Okay. Does it say on the back or something?
No.
I was just somewhere. All right, so I'm going to scratch this off. See if we had video right here. This would be in my scratch to win. Mm-hmm. As I...
Oh, it says free.
Ooh. Free. Do I even need to go any further? Did you...
Keep going.
Why does it look like your handwriting?
Oh, because I customize them.
Oh, That's clever. I got to find out about these. Free. We were just talking about this. Now, see? she is laughing. You know, Christmas is in December, but today is Christmas, and we'll take a picture of me holding this card because... Ladies and gentlemen, I just won a free Brazilian.
Well, and this is what's funny is I actually don't do Brazilians. That's why it's a complete
just
joke.
My bubble. Oh, and how did you get this idea?
Oh, from listening to one of your past.
Podcast.
Yes, I did. Oh,
when
it
we
was
said
so
we
funny.
Couldn't talk about the Brazilians. You are hilarious. You actually went and custom made a free Brazilian scratch off for me.
But I'll tell you, Dave.
I feel honored.
All three of them
are free Brazilians.
Are free Brazilians. So either one that you chose.
I feel like
you were winning a free Brazilian.
I feel very honored, and this picture is I'm going to take a photo of this. I'm going to post we get fun things here. All right, but you don't do Brazilians. No, you just made them to be funny.
Yes.
I love your sense of humor. Okay, so let's talk about what kind of services you really have. Now, forever remembered. This is podcast history.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Looking for a place where there's always something happening? Welcome to the Grayslake Village Center. Whether you're planning a family outing, a date night, or a fun night out with friends, the Village Center has something for everyone, year-round. Enjoy a fantastic mix of restaurants, unique retail shops, and exciting events that bring the community together. Also part of the Village Center, and just steps away, you'll find Central and Gelatin Parks, home of the library, aquatic center, skate park, senior center, and numerous recreational opportunities. Whew, that's a mouthful. So if you're looking for something to do, come explore, dine, shop, and play right here in the heart of Grayslake. Find out more at grayslakevillagescenter.com, and go check them out on social media and give them a like, give them a follow. Okay, so I want to learn how. You have to off air. I want to know how to get these because it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I have a ton of them.
You already have all the free Brazilian ones. No. Just these three.
Yeah, those are just yours.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm glad we're not in video because I'm probably 8 shades of red right now. Not 50 shades of Grayslake, but 8 shades of red. Okay, so we're here at Agora. If I walked out the front door of Agora here, I would go to the right-hand side.
Yeah,
so you're facing Center Street.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How did you find the spot over here? Looking around.
So looking around, there was a spot. Okay, so I don't know how much information you want, but I'll tell you, I was looking at different spaces and sizes.
Hold on, I'm going to interrupt you. How much of the rest of this is going to be true? Not after.
No, all of it. Everything.
This is the only joke.
This is the only joke. I promise.
This is you really don't do any of this.
There's no spider on your chair or anything.
Okay. All right. So, how did you find the spot here?
The intent was if I'm going to move from my home office, I would love to have had contrast therapy. If you've heard of doing sauna and then going into cold therapy, cold plunges, I think it's extremely beneficial for the body and on aging, on a cellular aging level as well. So I wanted to have a space large enough where I had these different rooms, either a cryo chamber, a cold plunge, a sauna, because we do not have it and we don't have anything like that around us that has all of it.
Awesome.
So, but that's going to have to be phase 2 because these modalities are extremely expensive. And when I thought about, yes, this is a dream, I would love to have something like this, and I think it would be beneficial for us to have it in Grayslake. I don't have the funds for it at this point, and my priority is still my family. And so I feel like the space that I have is smaller than I intended originally, but I'm able to have what I can do and also have that family, that work-life balance.
Yes.
So have the space, but also have that work-life balance. And but I'll tell you, phase 2 of Tru You Beauty will be that direction.
That's awesome. I like that you say work-life balance because it's funny, and anybody that's been an entrepreneur or done their own thing, the point of getting out of the house is hopefully when you leave the house and you go to the shop, then you can be at work, and then you leave and you come home and you're with the family.
Yeah.
Let me know how that works out if you do 100%, because it's hard to turn it off, right?
Yeah.
When you're totally vested in it, because it's hard to stop thinking about it or what you want to do and how. But it is a great thing to get it out. So the down the road, the phase 2 would be to have those things, which would be awesome. So what is it going to start as? Your basic services that you're
Yes.
with?
So the services that I have currently, as far as that kind of aging modality, I will have red light therapy. Like I have a full body red light therapy, and then facials, luxury facials, waxings. There's eyebrow waxings and some other waxings. When you're an esthetician, there's such a vast services that you can provide. And then you as an individual has to decide, what is it that I'm going to focus on and be really good at? And so I'm not really good at Brazilians. That's why I don't offer them. I'm not going to offer something I'm not amazing at. I will send it to somebody else to do that. I do makeup because I've been doing makeup forever. It's still a passion of mine. I love doing makeup for any occasion. So we'll have that. Because I do nutritional coaching as well. I'll have that as a service. A lot of the nutritional coaching aspect of it is more so understanding the skin a little bit better when it comes to nutrition, because everything we're putting in our body is affecting our skin. And that's what got me down that rabbit hole. And so really understanding the skin so much better when I understand your personal nutritional goals.
Sure.
So
yeah, because everything that we put in our body affects everything, right? Mm-hmm. How did you get into that? Like, it sounds like you started doing things and you've become much more interested in different things about health, and beauty, and things that make from
with the research. I mean, I do. So you talk about like really turning that off, and the one thing I can't turn off is learning and researching about not just my industry, but health in general. Yeah. My approach is the holistic side of beauty. So the whole body, right? Mind, body, soul, like all of it encompasses beauty. And so with that said, in all the research, it still comes back around to the basics. Like, what are the basics that we kind of forget about? And it's good nutrition. It's like the 5 pillars of health, right? So moving, nutrition, wellness, sleep, like just the basics, that because there's so much input these days and so much stress in our lives, it's hard to go back to the basics. You think, well, I need the latest and greatest thing that's out there. I need the latest and greatest service that's out there. And a lot of times you don't. You just have to bring it down to the basics.
Right.
And so I've just, I've learned a lot. I've worked with a lot of different people. And the success that I've seen is those that just break it back down to the basics. Right. I think of even just generations. So my grandma, she'll be 94 this year.
Holy cow. Good for her.
She's doing great. I mean, other than being 94 and going through all the aging process. But I'll tell you, I love the science behind trying to learn what makes some people live till they're 94 or 100, right? And then some that don't. Why are there some? So I have a lot of questions that I need to find the answers to. And so that's how I go down this rabbit hole, is I can't, there's nothing out there that's giving me this answer. So then I go and do the research to get my answers.
Right.
And then I am able to have these answers for my clients.
No, and I resonate with a lot of things that you're saying, even going through like when we were talking a little before we started recording about all the stresses and all the expectations and things and all the information we're bombarded with, all of these things, which is funny, even myself, to realize as a 52-year-old man that some days when everything just seems like everything's falling apart, if you get back to the basics and even talking with a therapist or doctor or whatever, if I could get 7 or 8 hours of sleep every night, it changes everything that I do.
Yeah.
Other than 4 or 5 hours without taking one of those essential things away, and health declines or stress increases and it just compiles up on top. But getting back to nutrition we were talking about I don't take any medication anymore. Getting those things out of your life and learning to live in a healthier way, which are all basics, right?
It's all basics, but
really hard to do.
It is, because you have to put in the effort too. And so something so simple as breathing, like breathing exercises, breathing techniques, when we are eating, right? The first part of digestion is inhaling scent. So if you smell food, so that arises the olfactory system, you're breathing it in through your nose, and now it's generating this enzyme in your mouth where our mouth starts to prepare for food to go in the mouth. These enzymes are also in our stomach, and then so then we can break down food. So we're constant, but I also feel like in today's day and age we are constantly feeding ourselves, and we don't necessarily need it, or our body's not ready for it. Right. So you have to give it, that growling feeling that we experience in our stomachs. It doesn't mean you're starving, because I remember at a time I would get to that point. I'm I'm starving. If I don't eat, I'm going to die. And it's not the case. It's your body is really just preparing itself to digest the food that you may potentially eat, because your nose is telling you it's time to eat because you smelled food.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, so with all of these things you do, it's hilarious because when people say oh, she does this, or you do makeup and all these things, but it seems like in your business, you may have somebody come in for makeup or come in for a service, but after you start talking to them, if they have some issues that maybe you can be insightful, then they might turn into nutrition clients at the same time, right?
Right. Yeah, kind of a one-stop shop, but not. There's so many times when I got into nutrition, first of all, because after I was practicing aesthetics for so long, I decided, so much of acne or rosacea or these other skin conditions are triggered by food or something systemic. And so I love being the detective of trying to figure that out for people. It's okay, are you drinking enough water? What are you eating? A lot of times sugar is the biggest culprit, especially with acne. And so, a lot of the younger kids that I have, teenagers, the first thing I ask is, do you eat a lot of sugar? And a lot of times they don't realize how much sugar they are having. Right. But I'm are you having the sugary drinks? Are you going to a Starbucks getting a Frappuccino? Those things have a ton of sugar. Are you having soda? Are you having some kind of dessert? And if you do that so consistently, it causes inflammation in your body and in your stomach. So then it's communicating to the skin by breaking out. And so that's how, I can help my clients, is trying to pinpoint where for you is maybe the culprit and changing that before they maybe go to a dermatologist. They may say, hey, before I go on antibiotics, can you talk to me about what I can be changing in my diet?
Right. And it could be the simplest thing.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we live in America, and they just want to go and you can get on these kinds of dangerous medicines to help clear up your acne when
you just have to stay away from sugar
you shouldn't have 3 Coca-Colas a day, which has more sugar than, right? And it changes a lot. And I've found it, even in my past, just changing your diet, everything changes. Your skin clears up, all kinds of things happen when you take away sugar, just in general.
Yeah, and get the sleep that you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so now with your doing stuff before you have the shop, were you doing everything from home? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, and then in addition to that, like I was traveling. So when I was doing makeup, that would be on location typically, especially for a wedding or a special event. And then there's other events that I do, like birthday parties or spa parties. I do corporate team building events too, where it's guided facials. Like I bring all of the supplies and then, walk through a facial that you can experience on your own.
That's really cool. Uh-huh. Wow. Okay, so have you done this, when's the last time that you had like a real job? Or have you just been doing this for
No, that's the last time I had a real, so I've worked at a couple like salon spas as well. And so, that's, I guess, quote unquote, a real job. Sure. I'm showing up for somebody and getting paid by them. But prior to this life, of beauty, it'll be 14 years ago that I was working in a corporate setting. Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to say, I'm not putting down anybody that has a corporate setting, but good for you to get out of something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that working in other salons, everything teach you the good things and also teach you on other things on how you'd like to treat your clients better or how to make things smoother.
Yeah. There's always room for growth. I mean, even at this point, I'm always looking for growth. And so if anybody ever has suggestions, I'm always open to it because I want to learn and grow, and we don't ever stop.
No. Okay, so what's your most common service that people come to you for?
Facials. Mm-hmm. Or eyebrow waxings.
Facials are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you had one?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You have?
I have. Actually, and sometimes when you go in for stuff like that, I think everybody should try that.
Yes.
And just go in just to see how great it is.
I wasn't sure if you've ever experienced one before, but I'll tell you, it is growing in the male market. More and more men are getting facials and more concerned with their skin as well. So
we can take care of ourselves too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we should be
It's about time, Dave. It's about time.
I'm telling you, after my free Brazilian, sky's the limit on all of it. Okay, how many podcasts have you listened to? Have you listened to a lot or no?
Yeah, I'm a huge podcaster. Okay. So
how of mine anyway?
Probably.
She's like 2.
No, maybe 10 to 12.
Okay, good. I like when people are like, none, Dave. I haven't listened to any, and I'm like, oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I have.
So as you know, we do something we call our Grayslake Hot Seat.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do a little bit of this, and we're going to get to know Rosie just a little bit better.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
The Grayslake Hot Seat is brought to you by Joe Velez at JPV Financial. It's often said that those who fail to plan are planning to fail. Joe Velez and his team at JPV Financial create unique financial plans that address some of the most difficult challenges that people might face as they get older. No matter what stage of life you're in, having a proactive financial plan can help navigate some of the difficult decisions you'll face, helping you live your life by design, not default. Securities and investment advisory service offered through Osaic Wealth, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Now for the Grayslake Hot Seat. Hey, thanks, Joe.
When is the last time you've given a free scratch-off ticket for a fake prize?
Like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, perfect. So I have a couple of these that are kind of fun, the new ones. How does someone impress you?
Oh, wow, that's a really good question.
I thought so too.
Somebody that's very engaging. I feel like it's really hard to have real conversation with people these days. So somebody who is like-minded and very engaging and maybe or maybe not in the health and wellness industry, but someone that I can talk to about that.
Someone a little deeper than small talk stuff, right? Tell me something that's on your bucket list that you really like to scratch off of that. It's all a scratch-off theme here.
Mm-hmm. I see that. Feeling lucky.
Yes.
I don't know what's on my bucket. I guess as far as travel goes,
sure.
Something on my bucket list is to go to Lake Tahoe. I've always wanted to go and haven't gotten a chance to, or Egypt. So like one
Those are kind of one and the same. Lake Tahoe or Egypt. Okay, I can understand Tahoe. Why Egypt?
I think it's fascinating. I mean, I think it's fascinating how these pyramids were built to perfection, and we cannot recreate it here to that kind of preciseness. And so I would love to go see one.
I think that's really cool. I would love to see that too. There's so many things. Like, for some reason, those traveling there kind of scares me a little bit. For some reason.
That could be scary.
I don't even know why.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, if you were, who would you want with you if you're stranded on a desert island?
My family. Like, can I have more than one person?
Yeah, how about besides your family, who would you want to be stranded with?
It's my son, my 11-year-old, was just asking me this last week. He said, Mom, if you could only have 2 friends, who would they be?
Interesting.
And I said, oh, gosh, I don't know. A friend of mine, my friend Cassie, who's also an esthetician. I mean, when we get together, we talk about the industry and everything constantly. So I would have to say if it wasn't my family, then I would bring Cassie along. Although we would probably be in really bad shape because I don't think either of us would know what to do on an island.
Right. Well, that's good.
So,
well, at least you'd have fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
lots to talk about.
There's that. You can see how good of friends you actually are. Did you play a sport in high school?
Basketball.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then where did you go to college?
And kickboxing.
And kickboxing?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But I didn't fight. I wasn't a competitive fighter, but I practiced kickboxing.
Fun. And then you went to college at?
DePaul.
What's the last thing you searched on Google?
Probably an ingredient listing of some sort.
Gotcha. If you had a boat, what would the name of your boat be? Because you have to name your boat.
So we have a boat.
See? Okay.
But
does it have a name?
I don't think it does.
Oh my gosh, you're breaking all the rules.
I know. Well, my husband and I joke that we would, like, if we had a bigger boat, we would call it Life Ain't Cheap.
I like that. I like that a lot. Do you have a celebrity crush?
I did, but it's hard to have one these days. I don't know.
Who was it?
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. I mean, you have the same one. It's good. I think he's extraordinary. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That's a good one.
Okay, good.
I'm getting worried.
I'm happy you approve.
I approve of your celebrity crush. What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, my gosh. Like BPM, EDM radio.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't peg you for that.
I
don't know what I would have pegged
dancing.
You for,
I love all music, really. I do. But that is like, I'll turn it on at 6 in.
Really?
All day.
Just a little.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. All right. A lot of surprises. Do you believe in ghosts?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
I feel like if you do, then you may see one. So, no, I don't.
So, yeah, I'm never going to. Yeah, I'll tell you my ghost story. Do you consider yourself street smarts or book smarts?
A little bit of both. Okay. So, I feel like more street smart, but I've gotten more book smart.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think as we grow older, yeah. I mean, there's only so many. I mean, I know you're from the streets, but
yeah, right.
We get to learn a little more, and it also seems that you want to continue your education because you like digging in and learning.
Right, and I'm passionate about it. It's different than when I was at school, and I'm like, I can care less about accounting.
Right. Do you have to learn, or do you want to learn? Right, because there's a complete difference. And you look at people's grades. And then you go, wow, how did you fail everything? And then once you found something you're interested in, then you get all A's. I'm still waiting for my kids to figure that out. What was your first car?
A Chevy Cavalier. It was a teal color.
Nice. Nice. Where have all the good cars gone? Do you have a hidden talent?
No.
Besides dancing to EDM in the morning? You're not like a juggler or a singer or a...
No.
No? Okay. I'm glad you just show your talents.
Yeah, no.
Would the 12-year-old version of yourself think you're cool?
Yeah.
Okay. If you wrote a book, what would it be about?
Skincare, health.
Along the lines?
Yeah.
Well, good, because then you're staying right in the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a nickname?
Not really. My brother calls me Ro. Like short for Rosie, but other than that, no.
Okay. Yeah, I feel some people you see them and you're like, oh my God, that guy's got a nickname, right? I've never had one that stuck for some reason. Have you ever sent an email or a text to someone that was meant for someone else?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like too many times. So
did it ever turn out bad?
No, I was usually able to get out of it, but I remember there was one that was not good. But yeah, it's okay.
Usually mine are people are like, what in the hell are you talking about? Because mine are usually absurd.
Oh, right.
Right, anybody that knows me, what you sent it.
This was for someone else, right. Wasn't it?
This is code for something, or you're just an idiot. Are you superstitious?
Not really. No.
Have you ever eaten a roller dog from a gas station?
No. Come on, Dave. Come on. We just talked. No.
I know. Okay, maybe just try it maybe on a cheat day.
No.
Okay, all right. I watched a TikTok video of somebody cleaning a roller dog machine.
Ugh. Yeah, no, I can't. I can't even look at them.
Yeah, just don't even think about it. What is your middle name?
Anna.
Anna. Okay. You ever broken a bone?
No.
Really? If you had to have a theme party at your house, what would it be besides?
Mardi Gras.
Oh, Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. You didn't waste any time on that one. No. That's awesome. 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
I would say a 9. I love driving.
Right. Because you love it doesn't mean you're good at it, though.
No, maybe a little bit of a lead foot, but very good driver.
Okay. Excellent. I like your confidence. Your favorite event in Grayslake to go to?
I would say the Festival of the Lights.
The
in November. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and it's so cool. Their downtown is.
In the golf outing.
Oh, yes. Which you're going to attend the whole thing.
Yes.
This is a bad question for you, so I'm going to read it. When you eat tacos, do you tilt your head to the right or the left?
Left.
Left. But you eat tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can make those help.
Grass-fed. No, I'm joking. I'm not that bad.
Fill in the blank. Hey, bartender, can I have a...
Gin and tonic.
All right.
With a lime.
Any specific kind of gin?
Hendrix.
Okay. Good. Not specific at all. Love it. Do you have a pet peeve?
I feel like I have a few pet peeves, but I think the biggest pet peeve is having to repeat myself because...
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Someone wasn't listening the first time.
Right. My pet peeve is when my, or what did you say? And I look at my kids, I go, what do you think I said? Mm-hmm. They're like, no, I'm not being mean. Try to repeat it and see how much, and they usually know it word for word.
Yes. Yeah.
They're just buying time to answer the question.
That's true. Whatever. Yeah, mine does that.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
You don't want to know.
I want to know.
Here's the thing. I don't karaoke, but...
You don't have to make excuses for
this. I will dance for somebody who's karaokeing.
Okay.
And so in the past, it's been... I like Big Butts. It's by
That's my song.
Sir Mix-a-Lot. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I have a urban version and a non-urban version, like the dorky, yes, which I will not sing for right now. But
this is amazing.
That's great. So I'm always looking for backup dancers. You need a backup.
Yeah, well, I'm your person.
There's a sign-up sheet. Right.
Is there a wait list?
There is. Oh. There's a $5 cover charge and it wraps around the building. Yes, to be the backup dancer for that. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Okay. Have you ever won an award?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I should probably remember if I did, so I don't think I have.
Well, if you gave Rosie an award, it was not that important to her. So just so you know. You do win an award today from my favorite scratch-off ticket that I've gotten during a podcast.
Awesome.
For sure.
Good.
We'll end with this one because this one's... we're going to do 2 more. How many days in a row can you wear the same pair of jeans without washing them?
Probably more than I should. I don't really.
That's the best answer I've had. More than I should.
I don't know.
Okay.
5 times.
5 times. I guess it depends on the activity that you're doing.
Right.
Because, sometimes you can do that. Tell me something that you wished that you learned sooner in life. I
feel like I should be saying I wish I knew the ingredients and like being an esthetician sooner, but I wouldn't be at this point in my life if I didn't have the past experiences. So I would say I wouldn't change anything. I would continue my life as life comes, because that is the path that was made for me.
That's awesome. I love that answer. We were asking that question. Somebody asked it back to me, and I said, well, I wish that, learning to not take yourself too seriously. And then they replied with, have you ever taken yourself seriously? And I said, no. So I guess I learned that a lot sooner. I didn't need to learn it sooner. But you're right.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have learned at the pace that you were, you wouldn't be where you're at today.
Yeah.
Most people have no idea what to do with their aging loved one who needs help. Well, there is a solution. A company that provides care and assistance to make your loved one feel right at home. At Right at Home, their mission statement is to improve the quality of life for those they serve. They offer extensive services: personal and companion care, safety supervision and transportation, fall prevention, dressing and bathing assistance, medical reminders, meal prep, hospice support, ambulation support, stroke recovery, Parkinson's support. The list goes on and on and on. If you have an aging loved one that needs help, call Right at Home. Most people prefer to age in their home rather than moving to an assisted living or nursing home. Right at Home can make this happen. Contact Right at Home at rightathome.nlc.com or give them a call, 847-984-0103. Now back to the show.
I want to know my goodie bag, too.
Yeah.
I want to know. So it looks like if you got, what do they call them, squeezers?
Yeah, those go-go squeeze.
Yeah, the go-go squeeze, like the green things.
Yep,
where you
yep.
like. So I have this in front of me that you brought with. So tell me about this.
So it's called Re-Up, and Re-Up is the brand. They have one flavor right now. It's apple pie. And so the ingredients in there are sweet potato, banana, apples, almond butter, collagen, and lion's mane. So there's 12 grams of protein, 10 grams of collagen, so all good stuff for you.
Right.
The sweetener in there is a maple syrup. So I would love for you to try it. That is a product that I will have at the space, in addition to some skincare, but this is really the only nutritional product that I will have, because I drink it myself. You can take it to go. It does not have to be refrigerated. Yeah, they're great. I love them.
I think it's awesome. Okay, I'm really excited for you to open over there. So it's kind of,
Thank
this
you.
is the first time you've had your own, like your own space, right?
Yes, outside of the home. I'm so excited. So there's a couple dates I wanted to share with everybody.
Yes. And just so everybody knows, before we talk about dates, we're recording here in the beginning of February of 2025, because this will be out there forever. But while listening to this, you can keep these dates in mind too.
Yes. So March 20th will be the ribbon cutting with the chamber.
Great.
So it'll be technically the open house. And then March 15th is Grayslake's first St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yes, I'm so excited about
I will be in the parade, and I will be passing out some free goodies, in addition to some re-ups as well. So if you wanted to try the re-up smoothie, it's like a 3.5 ounce smoothie pouch. Flag me down. I'll be passing them out.
That's really cool. I'm so glad that they're doing a St. Patrick's Day parade.
Me too.
I think it's fun. Not that, we have 1 million events in Grayslake, but having the parade.
This one will be great.
It's great. And you know how many people I've talked to that said one of their favorite things in town all the time is the parade? Like the parades you put on. So it's good. And it is so cool. Like I used to do parades. Like I was a professional parader with a 40-foot black school bus. And when we did them, I always thought it was fascinating because it's so like ceremonial, like to drive down the middle of the town that you live in and watch everybody like coming out of their homes and setting up their lawn chairs and the kids there to get candy.
Oh my gosh, the kids,
just,
they're so excited.
Come together.
Even if you get a piece of candy, they're just so thrilled. So I'll have some hydrating eye masks passing out. I won't have any candy because it's not very healthy.
No, it's not very healthy.
But I will have some skincare products and the re-up smoothies I'll be passing out.
That's great. Cool. And so how close, I know that when we're recording this, we're a couple weeks from opening. So was there a lot of work that you had to do on the space?
Not much. They're putting in new floors and putting in a sink for me to be able to work in there.
What was it before?
I don't know. I'm not sure who was in there prior.
Yeah, I don't know anything about like right
So,
there.
yeah.
Because this is kind of a cool, like there's a couple, well, not outlet places, like strip mall things that you'd say, like, but some you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that coming around the corner there in Agora, at least you're facing the road.
Yes. Yeah.
And we have good signage there too. As well.
Yep. I'm working with Signorama right now to get signage.
Very cool. And Village and Chamber and everybody have been very good to you.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yes.
That's always good to hear.
Yeah.
It's nice to live in a community where they actually care about our small business stuff, which is wonderful.
It is, and things aren't taking a million years to get done either. So it's been a wonderful experience. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What have we not talked about that you want our town to know? I know you do a ton of different things, but I want to make sure, because I always ask questions. But
one other thing I wanted to mention was so I'll have memberships. I'll have introductory pricing when I first open, but then there'll be membership options too, and then 20% off for students always. So on all services, a student can come in and get 20% off.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah, so please come and visit, even if you just want to come in and say hello.
Yeah.
I would love for you to see the space.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm sure this is going to air before the ribbon cutting, but if you're listening, the ribbon cutting once again is March the 20th.
The 20th. It's a Thursday. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'd love to see how many people come out to our ribbon cuttings too.
Yes.
Really cool to see.
My son said I should have some kind of food truck or something. So I don't know if that will happen, but I'll have something fun and exciting. So please come.
That's excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks for the laugh. I haven't laughed like that. I haven't laughed like that on a podcast. It's like while I was recording in a long time, but that is awesome. So Grayslake, guys, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate each and every one of you that tune in weekly or just to hear even one episode. It's really cool. So whether you guys listen on Spotify, whether you're on Apple, whether you're on Deezer or whatever, the Amazon or Audible or iHeartRadio or even YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because that way weekly you will be notified of a different guest from Grayslake right here in our town. And I suggest you listen to people you don't know, because I think it's cool. It like brings community together. I always say that my job is like I'm constantly like continuing education on our town. That hopefully someday I'll be an expert on our town. But I shop different places. I know different people, and I think if everybody listens to this, it helps keep business local and helps us shop locally. So please do that. And as I always end, we never know what our friends or family members are going through. So get out there today, do 1-2 random acts of kindness, whether it's opening a door, texting a friend you haven't talked to in a long time, or just maybe even making eye contact and saying hello to a stranger. You can change people's days with little random acts of kindness. So go out, do 1, 2, 3 today. Sound good? And kindness spreads like wildfire. So, Rosie, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Dave.
Grayslake, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next Tuesday, everybody.